We are live with part 11 of my first ever playthrough of Final Fantasy XVI, and we are in Tabor, and we are doing side quests. At the end of the last part, we grabbed up some side quests.
Soft as Phoenix down, but tough as boiled bow.
But now there's one carved in stone. Memorize this. Oh yes, we are looking at inscriptions on stones, which must be above us.
That Cyril fellow's an odd fish, don't you think?
Well, scholarly thoughts like him always
And
are.
I believe these are the stones he intended. Am I wrong?
So it's these stones to Canva, and the rest of the boxes to Dell. Oh no.
Not that stone. That stone. Here we
Why
go.
won't the sky go back to how it was? I don't like it.
What does it say? Guardians of the Crystal, the first stones of Tabor. Sacred hold thy noble blood till ends the mother's labor. Oh, so it's Tabor. Tabor and labor. Guardians of the Crystal, the first stones of Tabor. Sacred hold thy noble blood till ends the mother's labor.
No history would be complete without mention of the mother crystals.
There's another one over yonder and another over yonder. Children of the hunters, now tillers of the land, reap her promised blessing and give praise her gracious hand. Children of the hunters, now tillers of the land, reap her promised blessing and give praise her gracious hand.
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor.
And then over there. Continue on, yep.
Decent quarry's been hard to find since the sky's turned.
It has indeed. Can't blame the beasts for being ledge.
And finally, wanderers of the golden plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past and make these rocks a home. Wanderers of the golden plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past and make these rocks a home.
What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder? I should speak to the old scholar.
This old guy told us to go look.
The engravings were in good repair considering their age.
Oh, what that I could have seen for myself. Oh, come, don't tease me now. What did you learn of this place and its people? Let's start with the engraving to the south, shall we? What did it say?
Guardians of the Crystal, the first stones of Tabor. Sacred hold thy noble blood till ends the mother's labor. I'm pretty sure that was it.
Fascinating. It would seem the founders of this city were descendants of those fallen charged with protecting the mother crystals. But whatever could have driven the Guardians so far from their sacred charges, I wonder? The engraving to the north is next, I think.
Wanderers of the Golden Plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past, and make these rocks a home. Or, I think that was it, at least.
No doubt you're right. There are vestiges of nomadic customs in Tabor its guardian roots could never account for. This is proving most enlightening. Now, for the final stone.
Children of the hunters, now tillers of the land, reap her promised blessing and give praise her gracious hand. That's all three.
And so, we add primitive farmers to Tabor's founding peoples, the final piece of the puzzle. 3 engravings, one for each of the 3 peoples to have settled Tabor in ancient times. Guardians of the Mother Crystal, wanderers from across the plains, and last but certainly not least, hunters turned farmers. Little wonder it was so difficult to trace the roots of Tabor's culture. Nonetheless, one cannot help but wonder why this fact is not better known among scholars, given that the stones stand here for all to see.
Too many stairs, perhaps.
Ha! Too many by far. Here, and thank you.
Ooh, that paid well. I have 5,000 ability points. Okay, fine. I'll spend some. Mastered limit break. These are Ifrit things. There, I spent some. Alright. Next, straight up and out of here. Or can I go that way? You?
Careful how you pack that leather.
This place is... Oh, gotta go down and out. Alright. Of course, I was wrong.
Let's go. Faster!
Chop them up.
Right. Got here in time.
Oh, my limit break.
Someone there! Please, I can't move my leg!
Who said
That
that?
doesn't sound like an Akashic.
Where are you? Shout again. What am I missing? Oh, could be. large radius. There he is.
You're with the battalion?
I am. I heard the fighting.
Taken care of. One of your brothers in arms told me what happened and
Another survivor. Where is he? Tell me.
his wounds were too deep.
He was right to send you. Those things you slew are no longer my brothers. Tabor is safe thanks to you. Here, you've earned it.
It's rough, man. Your buddies turn into zombies, and you have to pay the guy who killed them. Level 38.
You seem familiar. Have we met?
You must have me confused with someone else.
Wait.
Son of a whore. You're Sid. I was there. In Kosnis when you killed my brothers. I was there in Rosalith when you killed my commander.
My war with Hugo Kupka is over.
And what of my ill will? Coward! Draw your steel. Lord Kupka shall be avenged!
Oh, well, I'll mess you up.
When your wounds have healed and your head has cooled, come and find me if you must. Though I hazard your life would be better spent in service of those who need it. Or have you forgotten your oath to the Republic?
My oath? What would you know of oaths?
I'm giving him a
How
chance.
hard they are to keep. Which is why I'm giving you the chance to keep yours.
No. I won't be deceived. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw. A murderer, not some
Man. Like you or anyone else.
I am nothing like you. But if you're not gonna kill me, then go. Leave! Just know that I will find you, Sid. Someday.
Oh, man. What plots have we just woven? Now we have to sled a Dread Avis. Let's go from here. And south and out.
The bandits may be no more, but look what they've left us with.
Mummy, are the bad men going to come back?
The gentlemen of the town guard are strapped from us.
Let's go slay a Dread Avis. That's what I always say.
Fly, Ambrosia.
The sky is just freaking out. No, we don't need to do any little scavenger fights. Do need to look at directions once in a while. We are well ahead on levels, thank you. And material and money. But the people need us, okay? So that's why we do the side quests, because the people need us. They're not level 38 like us. They can't just come out here and bulldoze some dogs and plants every once in a while, like us. We have to kill this Dread Avis for someone else.
Old he may be, but it looks like there's still plenty of fighting in yet.
a Phoenix with us and he just nukes things and then we nuke it. We have 3 bars of it and we want to kill it, so. See, the innkeeper, whoever paid us to do this, they could never do that, so we have to rescue them. Avis skin, and that's what we get out of it, Avis skin and dragon talons, so that we can make a cooler sword.
Great. The sooner it's off my hands, the better.
Oh yeah, we're giving this hide to someone so we can get rich.
Here's your hide, as requested.
I worried you might never return.
Take it. Make it awesome. Make us rich.
Oh, as supple as a maiden's cheek, yet as adamant as her virtue. Clearly, my trust in you was not misplaced. You must be a hunter of considerable talent. Join me as my honored partner. With my means and your might, we shall be as wealthy as the merchant kings of Zemeckis.
I don't plan on making a habit of this.
Very well. Though I believe fate had a hand in our meeting, it would be unbecoming of me to beg. Do not allow me to keep you from being about your business.
Pay me my money. I'm already rich, though. 0 gil, correct? Oh, 100 bloody hide and a meteorite. All right. Not quite the gil I was expecting. I thought he was saying we were going to be super wealthy in a numerable sense. There are no more side quests. But there are bounties, and I know that one of the bounties we checked was level 45, and we just turned 38, so I'm happy to just do the quest now. Which is a good thing, because it just forced it on us 2 steps later.
Cyril, how fares the search?
This is our guy.
Your Grace, my report shall be with you ere long.
Ah, yes. Yotei is otherwise engaged, at my behest.
And the duty of wardenship?
Fulfilled. For as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
Nice.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill, charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix and rightful Archduke of Rosaria.
Historian, cool.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not nearly enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
I see.
You have your associates, I have mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem, will it?
Should be helpful.
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve, both him and now you. Pray accept this token.
Could be worse, man. You accept the Phoenix down from Cyril of the Undying. Seal.
For as long as you bear it, members of our order will reveal themselves unto you, if there is nothing further.
No. You are dismissed.
Your Grace.
I have so many seals.
We'll talk about this later.
Dripping out in
Cyril
seals.
seemed very You certainly keep strange bedfellows, Joshua.
Bedfellows? No one said anything about
The
bedfellows.
free cities under sea.
Good girl. Yeah!
Make for the free cities of Canver. But first,
Orcs.
let's fight some orcs, why not?
Then let us be rid of them.
Let's just walk. I think there's gonna be some orc fights. We are 5 levels higher though. Aw, dang it.
This one.
Whenever I see the Phoenix laser go off, I'm like, why can't I have a Phoenix laser? Why does Joshua have a Phoenix laser and Clive gets stupid Ifrit abilities that don't make sense?
Clive. Smoke.
Is the city fallen?
That is a bad look right now for our friends. They're supposedly friends here. Gav and Mid and Byron, I believe, all 3 of those.
The free men are still holding their own then.
Do we have any idea where Gav and the others might be?
There's a warehouse near the docks where we agreed to meet if there was any trouble. We should hurry.
And suddenly more side quests. He's like, we should hurry, but then it's like, wham, hit me with 3 more treasures. We're only playing Final Fantasy 16 once probably, so we're doing side quests as they show up. So that they're the closest to level appropriate. I don't mind being over-leveled for the main story, to be honest.
Clive, just the man I was hoping to see.
Oh? And why is that?
Remember how some of Sir Wade's guardians took up residence here after the Akashic attack? Well, now the rest have come to join him. Seems their barracks in the Lazarus have been lost to an ether flood. Now, I don't mind having a few more brave boys around to keep them animals at bay, but we ain't got nowhere for 'em to bed down. I'd build 'em a new barracks here if I could, but where would I put 'em? There just ain't enough room up here on them, which leaves us in a bit of a pickle.
I see.
And it isn't just that lot. There's bears to think about too. There's been more and more of them turning up lately, but there's only so many we can shelter with. We can't keep cramming more and more people into less and less space. What we need is a new home for our new arrivals, and that's what I was hoping you might help me with. If it ain't too much of a burden, of course.
It's no burden.
Thank you, Clive.
So, where were you thinking of making this new home?
Well, I reckon we could do a lot worse than Eastpool.
Eastpool. It's been a long time since I thought about that place.
It was a tragedy, what happened, and if any of us could have done anything to stop it, we would have. But what's done is done. And those who lived there wouldn't have wanted the village they loved to be left in ruins.
I suppose you're right.
The blight might be pressing in, but I reckon it's got a good few years left in it yet. There's just one problem. A band of cutthroats have made it their den. And they don't seem like they'll be moving on in a hurry. Nasty bastards they are too. Would have sent someone to clear them out sooner, if my boys didn't already have their hands full, fending off the Akashic. But now we've got a few more Guardians of the Flame to call on. I reckon it's time we made our move.
I do. Eastpool was once home to people I loved. I won't have bandits sully those memories.
And I know the men will gladly follow you. I've already shared a few thoughts with Sir Wade about how we might be able to win the place back, and I dare say he's got some ideas of his own too. Why don't you go and talk to him?
Of course.
Rekindling the flame. Bring back Eastpool. Kill some bandits.
Back to Eastpool, then.
Not just yet. Let's hear Wade's plan first. So Wade, it's good to see you well.
And you, Lord Rosfield.
I spoke with Martha. She tells me you have plans to free Eastpool.
That's right. Though it was mostly her idea. I rather fear my men have been treading on her toes somewhat since joining us. And then there are the bearers. Men and women who found the courage to flee their masters and sought refuge here. We need somewhere to settle them.
As can I, which is why I agreed to help you win it back.
That's very kind of you. I'd be most grateful if you would. With you beside us, we shall soon send that rabble of rogues running for the hills.
So, what can you tell me?
That thankfully there aren't too many of them. Fewer than a dozen at our last count. And rather less, thankfully. The road that leads there will more than likely still be crawling with Akashic. A small force would suffice to clear the village. But if the Akashic were to follow them in, that force could end up trapped between a rock and a very hard place indeed.
I'll head into Eastpool and deal with the bandits. You and the Guardians can stay outside the village and fend off any Akashic who come too close. Make sure I'm not taken unawares.
I can't ask you to bear all that risk yourself, my lord.
The Akashic are the bigger risk. I can handle a few bandits.
Well, if you're sure, I shall summon my men at once.
Shall I wait for you here?
No need, my lord. You go on ahead. We'll be with you before long.
All right. I'll meet you at Eastpool then.
We shall see you there. And may victory await our coming.
I also realize now that I have Joshua and Jill and Torgal all with me, so this is a good time to do bounties that aren't level 45 at least. Extra damage and targets for my bad guys. Evict the bandits. Hi, I'm the landlord.
Who the hell are you? Kill them!
You will leave this place or face the consequences. That's the end of that then.
Really? Oh.
Or maybe not. What was that thing doing?
2 scoops?
Doesn't matter. It goes to. Surprise. I'll take that as a no.
Bravo. A magnificent display, my lord.
You were watching. I thought you were keeping an eye out for a Kashik.
We were. Put down more than a few on the road, then arrived just in time to see you slay that... whatever it was.
Let's hope it was the last of its kind. Though I expect you and the Guardians will be up to the challenge should another appear.
I would hope so, my lord.
Your men will be bringing the bearers who'll be living here, I assume. It might be best to send word for them to come right away, before any other unsavory characters move in.
Of course. I'll send orders for them to depart immediately. Leave it with me, my lord.
Sometime later, we're repopulating Eastpool. Yay!
Home. Without masters.
No. We're the masters now. Our lives are our own at last.
That's all of them. And not a single Akashek in sight. Now to begin the important work of rebuilding the place. It won't be easy. Especially not after 5 years of beasts and blackguards having their wicked way with the place. The masonry might still be sturdy enough, but half the beams are rotted. Those that weren't lost in the fire or burned by the bandits, that is. It'll take a bit of elbow grease. But we'll see Eastpool rise again. Just you wait.
So wait. Lady Hannah is buried here, if you don't mind. I'd like Oscar to join the rebuilding efforts. He should be a part of this.
Of course. I couldn't agree more.
I'll let Martha know that everyone arrived safely. If you need anything more, you have only to send a Stolas.
And we will, my lord. Safe travels.
Eastpool lives again.
Let's go and tell Martha the good news.
Ah, there you are. All went well then. Sir Wade told me you got rid of the bandits while his lot kept an eye out. What's all this about? Some shape-shifting nightmare showing up? On second thoughts, don't tell me. It'll only give me nightmares of me own. What matters is you did it. And now we can build our new village.
I suppose it will be. What will you call it?
What else? Eastpool. Sir Wade said it best. There's plenty bad happened to that place. But that don't undo the good that happened there. No need to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Did Wade say that?
Well, something along those lines. Anyway, the poor souls might have made it to Eastpool, but their work ain't done yet. The way I see it, neither is mine. If it's food or lumber or strong backs they need, the rest is ready to provide it.
Thank you, Martha.
No, thank you. You didn't have to help us.
I wanted to.
Wow. Next. Lost Wing. Quentin is having like a war against somebody.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need
I
behind.
think it's time for war. Someone's trying to sabotage his city.
Know what
here.
you have to do. Clive, I fear that I must bid you farewell. As you know, our time grows short. The Lord Chief Justice's vultures are circling. We must strike now. Before we part, I want you to know that, though I may not always have been your most vocal ally, I trust you, as I trusted your predecessor.
Thank you. I appreciate the sentiment, and I understand more than anyone how you feel. But is revenge really the answer?
It is the one I found, and it is all that I have lived for since that day.
But what of Lostwing? Everything you've built.
I built Lostwing to achieve this aim. Once it is done, the village will have served its purpose. My comrades and I are sure of our cause, and we shall fight to the last, come what may. But there are those among us who cannot fight. Children, the elderly, bearers afflicted by the curse. I would place Lostwing in their hands, if I thought it would do them any good. But a village home only to the frail and the infirm is not likely to stay a safe haven for long. And so, Clive, I find myself turning to you once more. Will you take them to your hideaway, that they might live even should Lostwing die?
I will.
Thank you. I will not have it said that I did not see to the well-being of those who rallied to my cause. The people I speak of have withdrawn to Gotan's Bales, away from danger in case the Black Shields strike.
Understood. I'll make sure they get to the hideaway safely.
Then the last of my preparations are complete. Fare you well, Clive, and may Grieger guide us. All of us.
For great justice, too. The Chief Justice or whatever is a big meanie. Let's work our way back from here.
Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia. Back to the stables, girl. Everyone. Quinton has asked that you come with me. He can no longer guarantee your protection, but I can. There's a safe place I can take you to.
Well, if that's what the Master thinks best. Sid, none of us would be standing here today if it weren't for Master Quinton. We owe him our lives. So we ain't about to start telling him what he should do with his. If he's saying we ain't safe in Lostwing no more, it's because he ain't coming back. And if that's what has to happen, then so be it. But we get to see justice done.
I hope so too.
Oi! You lot! Where's everyone else? They ain't already left, have they?
They've gone with Master Quinton.
Fuck! Fuck!
What's wrong?
I've just come from the Justice's manor. We have to get Quinton to call off the attack. It ain't just the Black Shields protecting the place. He's got a guard dog and all. A fucking monster! They don't stand a chance against that thing. If I don't get the message to them, they're all gonna fucking die!
No. We can't let this happen. Sid! Don't worry about us. You've got to catch up with him. We can't let Quinton die before that...
All right. I'll do what I can. Where
A
is this
monster,
manor?
you say?
It's way over to the east, through the woods. Heaven Hall, he calls it.
Promise us, Sid. Promise us you'll do what you can.
Well, of course I will. Make for Heaven Hall. Is that it? That can't be it. That's just a new quest. Heaven Hall? Ah, way over here.
Good girl. Yeah.
Just passing through to Heaven Hall.
Clive, look.
No. Don't tell me we're too late.
What's going on
Quinton,
here?
are you all right?
No. But I am alive, which is more than I can say for my comrades. They followed me, without question, all the way here. And they died.
That would be the monster.
This must be the guard dog, Quinton. I'll hold it off. You go.
But
your comrades didn't die for nothing. They died for you. Don't let their sacrifice be in vain.
I won't.
Come on, then.
That is your new guard dog.
No. Just a rabid beast that needs to be put down. Slow.
Yay, I saved Quentin. Yay. Curl Whisker.
If only we'd arrived earlier.
Silver linings, man. You're alive. Quentin's alive. We got a Curl Whisker.
Is it over?
It is. He wept and begged for mercy. And I cut him from ear to ear, just as I dreamed of doing all these years. All my plans.
Weirdo.
Building a haven in Lostwing, freeing bearers from their chains, and it was all for this. But what is this? Justice, my faithful comrades. All those lives lost, so that I might take another.
Quentin.
Master Quentin!
Hey, don't come here.
Oh, thank Grieger you're safe.
You're alive.
And so are you. I'm so sorry. I tried to warn you about that thing. And I hate to say it, but there's more bad news. It's Lostwing. It's been flooded.
What?
What do you mean, flooded?
Lostwing. My Lostwing.
And look who's here.
They must have stolen in after we left, just before the flood struck. What if there are still people in there?
Don't be a fool! Damn it.
Guess we'll find out.
But it's not going to last long in there.
Then we finish this quickly.
I need to find Quentin. Quentin! Quentin! Look at me! Thank the Founder. He hasn't turned. I'm going to get you out of here.
Sometime later. Back with the bearers at Goltan's Bale.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Is Lostwing?
The flood has filled the valley.
I see. Then all is at an end. A strange way to achieve one's life's ambition.
No, Master Quentin. Save your strength.
Why? All that I strove for is gone. Only emptiness remains. I have nothing left to live for.
What the heck are you on about? You've got us, ain't you? Don't try telling me you're only free to so you could get revenge. We're more than that to you, and we all know it.
I thought you weren't coming back, but I prayed, and you did. There's got to be a reason for that, right? Can't we just go back to how it was? You know, you looking after us all.
Your work ain't over yet, Master Quentin. We believed that you were the right man to lead us, and we still do.
Your village may be lost, but it seems your people aren't, so long as you remain to guide them.
But why? After what why would anyone follow me?
Because we're family, aren't we?
Family?
Yeah. And all our comrades who went with you, they felt the same. Lostwing weren't just a village. It was all of...
It was. And as long as we're still here, it is too.
We can start again. Build a new Lostwing. Right here in the Vale.
A fresh start. One life ends, and another begins. Why just a village? We could build towns. A nation, even. What's to stop us?
That's the Master Quentin we know.
Please. I am nobody's master. Quentin will suffice, after all. We are family.
Yay. Enough of them survived. A blood vendetta and an ether flood.
Permit me to withdraw my request. I will no longer be needing your help in looking after my people.
I'll pretend you never asked.
But you must be rewarded for your efforts on our behalf. You saved my life twice over.
A bottle or two of your finest red will suffice.
Of course. Nothing but the best. And I have a feeling that this year's vintage will be the finest yet. If you don't mind waiting, that is.
I look forward to it.
I want to get paid now. 1200 experience, okay. Hanged Man Signboard. Wicked Wheel cooldown, meteorite. Another region freed by Clive the Master. Boklad is next. They won't even see me coming. Eloise.
We're going to do this. We'll need help.
Clive, your timing is impeccable. It just so happens that right at this very moment, we're in need of someone with your talents.
And what talents would those be?
Why, your fearlessness and your skill with the blade.
I'm listening.
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, when these dark skies swept over the Republic, so too did a wave of chaos and confusion. Randalar has been particularly badly affected. Many of the capital's bearers have lost their masters, or taken the opportunity to flee them. None remain free for long, of course. Most find themselves under the protection of the Fist before they get far. But the army too is in disarray, and finds itself unable to provide for its new charges.
And you've been looking to buy, to make sure these masterless bearers remain that way.
Precisely. It's the perfect opportunity to free dozens more, and for an attractive price, no less.
So where does my skill with the blade come in?
Though we may have the funds to buy these bearers, we have nowhere to house them. So we've been searching for a place where they can be resettled. Somewhere far from the prying eyes of those who would see them enslaved once more. And we believe we have found one. Cashlock. A small hamlet hidden in a canyon. The place was abandoned a long time ago.
And so we seek the aid of a fearless swordsman to encourage them to look elsewhere.
Sure.
How could I refuse?
Excellent. Theo, if you wouldn't mind making arrangements for the transportation of our guests.
Of course. Leave everything with me.
Sounds like you'll have your work cut out for you.
I will. We have an entire village to stock and furnish. Even if I begin right now, I'll be working day and night. So I'd better get started. Try to clear the place out before the wagons roll in, won't you?
I'll do my best.
You will find a village in Chaedra's Thread, past Sleipnir's Cleft. My man there will open the gate for you.
All right. Wish me luck.
I'm sure you won't need it.
Do it anyway, Eloise.
Pass through Sleipnir's Cleft, and you'll see what's left of Cashlock down in the valley.
Fine.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Actually, so maybe we want to turn here. Talking to you. Abandoned fishing village.
This must have been a nice place once.
Will be again.
Fishing village cleared.
I think that's the last of them.
I think you're right. Something the matter, Theodore?
Quiet. Those are our terms. I trust that you will give them your full consideration.
I shall. Thank you.
Him again.
Someone you know?
Yes. And, but enough about him. How did you fare down in Cashlock?
It's done. The village is safe now.
You made quick work of it, as always.
I should go and let Eloise know.
Don't let me keep you. But Clive, don't tell her I was watching her, will you? She'll only get upset. I'll explain everything once you've finished with your report.
All right. We'll speak then. Eloise, I just got back from Cashlock. The village should be safe now.
Thank you, Clive. Here, something for your trouble. Well then, now that you have laid the groundwork for our little project, I suppose we'd better finish the job. The first thing we'll need to do is make sure our offer for the bearers is accepted.
You're still in negotiation?
We are. A trusted colleague has been dealing with the Fist on our behalf, but things have been trickier than we anticipated. I suppose it's to be expected. This is the army we're dealing with, but we shall emerge victorious in the end.
Well, if you need any help, you know where to find me.
I'm not sure I do. but thank you, all the same.
Well, here's my phone number.
Ah, Clive.
You wanted to talk?
The man I was watching earlier, the one speaking to my sister. He represents the Silver Peak Consortium. It's one of the bigger trading houses.
I don't think I've heard of them.
Well, every trader in Dharmekia has. They operate across the length and breadth of the Republic, and they're still expanding. They've been trying to get Eloise to join their ranks and judging by her reaction earlier, I'd say she had half a mind to accept their latest offer.
And you'd rather she didn't?
I would rather she did what makes her happy, and I would never deny her such an opportunity. Eloise saved me from slavery, and we have striven to save others like me ever since. But this was not the life my sister wanted, nor the one she deserved. I won't let her give up on her dreams again for my sake. She freed me from my bonds, and she must be freed from hers in turn.
You're a good man, Theo.
I have always been grateful for what my sister did for me, and I want to repay the favor by letting her live her own life. But each time an opportunity to do just that arises, she turns it down. For my sake.
She loves you.
And I love her. Which is why I want this time to be different. To show her that I don't need to be watched over anymore, though I'm sure I'll still need some help from time to time. I trust that I can count on you.
Always.
Thank you, Clive. Well then, I had better get back to work. These bearers aren't going to move themselves. That's a job for the Crimson Caravans.
Okay. Everyone's problems are solved once again. So we move on to the Free Cities of Canver. Old Canver, the Free Cities of Canver. Things are on fire currently.
Sounds like thunder.
You're late. We're starting to think you'd stumbled off a cliff.
That's a callback.
I seem to recall that was you, Gav.
Good to see you. Any trouble on the road?
Nothing we couldn't handle.
I knew you'd come. Is that who I think it is?
Yes.
Allow me to introduce my brother, Joshua.
Clive's told me all about you. Or even listening most of the time. Name's Mididol, but everyone calls me Mid.
My lady.
Oh?
Hey?
Byron.
My boy.
Uncle Byron.
It's really you. I never thought I'd see the day.
So these Akashic are being controlled.
That's what it looked like. Empty eyes, eerie blue glow. No doubt they were turned, but silent as monks, every last one of them.
Your man here speaks true, Clive. We saw more than a few in this city. They moved in ranks with a purpose, and not of their own.
Ultima's doing.
Perhaps.
What of the city? The people?
Dead, mostly.
Mostly, but not all. A handful managed to lock themselves in their villas before the Horde arrived. Some in the Merchants' District to the west, and a few others on the far bank.
If the Akashic stumble across either hiding place, a few bolted doors won't hold them for long. We need to find them. And quickly.
What do you propose?
We split into 2 parties. I will make for the Merchants District, while you look to those across the river. Mind keeping an eye on my brother?
Not at all. We find the villa and try the servants' entrance.
Understood.
And what of us?
Mid, is she fit to sail?
The ship, the Mithril engine could probably do with a few more tweaks.
Then you better work fast. Even if we do reach the survivors in time, they'll never make it to the Hideaway on foot.
You leave that to me.
See that Mid doesn't get herself into trouble, would you?
Think I can manage that?
I'll keep him safe.
Looks like you stuck with me, Byron.
That's Lord Rossfield, you little gutter snipe!
Shall we then?
And you keep Clive safe.
Be careful. Both of you.
You too.
Here I go again on my own. Going down the only road I've ever known. Even fall. Even fall.
All right, Torgal. Let's find those survivors. They don't stand a chance against those things.
What even are those things? I'm gonna fight them? Great. They're level 20. How can that even be true?
They're wearing Waluda.
Pretty good. Imagine if, like, talking to survivors actually gave you loot instead of just having it strewn about. But I guess this is how they use markers to kind of show you which way to go. Just give you meaningless amounts of puzzles and maps.
happened to the Royal Army? There's nothing but monsters here. I needed that. Agora, where the city's leaders gather. There may still be survivors inside.
You've caused quite the commotion. But then I would expect no less from you, Muthos.
You again. I don't believe we've been introduced.
Taylor Swift.
You were in my family's crypt. And now you're here. With an army of Akashic thralls.
Manners, Lord Rosfield? They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness. They are pure. They are divine.
What?
And they are all that remains in this once raucous city.
You'll pay for what you've done.
As you wish. I confess I have been very much looking forward to this. Pardon me this indulgence, Your Majesty. The vessel shall not be spoiled. I am Sleipnir of House Harvard.
Oh.
And you will yield.
That's one of Odin's swords, I think.
Or not.
As long as you don't hold back. There's a good boy.
You will forgive me if my performance seems uninspired. It is just that I expected so much more from our chosen one. Perhaps this will kindle your flame?
What now?
A gift from my liege lord's armory. Gungnir.
Cool.
Watch closely, Muthos.
Yes! Yes! Be still by beating hard! Don't stop! Let's try. Let's try. One is seldom enough. Would you not agree? Actually, I wouldn't. Nice try. Nice try. More! Give me more! 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 Ethos.
5,200 XP. 39. Sanguine insignia used in crafting. There are no records of a house harbored ever existing in either Veldermark or on the southern continent. Where exactly did he hail?
The vessel is strong. My liege.
Thank you. I've been working out and leveling up and saving people and blowing up mother crystals and absorbing
Clive!
icons. No big deal.
You're all right.
As are you, I see.
We are, yes.
I'm sorry, but we couldn't save them.
It was over before we arrived.
Well, you did what you could. I fear we were all too late. What's wrong?
Nothing. I hope.
Leaving so soon, Mythos?
Oh gosh.
It's the king.
Barnabas Tharmr. Tharmr.
Kneel before Barnabas Tharmr, Warden of Ash and King of Waloed.
You have more icons than you do. King of Waloed.
Wild and impetuous. I expected more of the boy who bested my Lord Commander. Yet I see why my master covets you so. The power within you, Mythos. The potential.
Stop calling me Mythos.
But Mythos is everything. The cornerstone of all creation. The Lord's vessel. Your purpose.
My purpose? To surrender my mind and body to that thing. No, Your Majesty. My purpose is my own. I made a promise to my friends, to my people. And nothing is going to stand in my way.
You would allow this delusion of free will to bar your path to greatness?
Yeah.
Truly, your volition is a cancer. One that must be excised.
Try it.
Joshua!
Oi! Oi! This way! Hurry!
Torgal was carrying the sword.
Power beyond reckoning, and they use it as a crutch. Such a waste.
Sometime later, city outskirts of Canberra, the ironworks. Is this our cool boat that we're seeing for the first time?
Will you be alright?
The phoenix can mend flesh, but the spirit must recover on its own. I'm afraid the rest is up to him. This place is remarkable. Outfitting it must have been no small feat. But why go to such trouble?
That beauty's belly's filled with wonders the world ain't ready for. If the guilds caught wind of what we were up to, They'd all want a piece. All right?
And how is he? Do not blame yourself. He was barely breathing when you brought him here. We would have lost him if it were not for you.
No. Barnabas may have severed nigh every sinew in my brother's body. But he made certain the wounds were not fatal.
Nigh every sinew?
Allow me, your lordship. Don't know what I was thinking, putting you to the trouble like that.
'Tis no trouble carrying comestibles to my ailing nephew.
I know, but you've already done so much for us. Pouring your gale into the hideaway and now the ship. I don't want to take the piss.
You risked your life. And for what? Some girl you hardly know. Why'd you do it? You got mad or something?
I wouldn't go that far.
Clive!
You're awake, my boy. Oh.
All I want to do is help. And the world won't save itself. It was Sid. Your father, who taught me that.
Sounds like him.
Don't you dare do that again.
What of the royalists?
Fucked off, the lot of them, along with the galleon. With the king on board, no doubt. The Iron Hair wouldn't sail without him. Clive. Jill didn't come back.
What do you mean?
She kept the king busy while the others dragged you out.
It's all right, Mid. Jill is fine.
The ether of her Eikon endures. And as long as it does, we can be certain she is alive.
We must pursue the Black Galleon. Jill will be with the king, I'm sure of it.
Well, good luck catching him, because my ship's going nowhere. It's the Mithril engine. She's got a kick like a wild chocobo and a mind to tear the hull in half.
But do you have an idea?
Well, of course I do. My dad'll have seen this coming a league off. If I had his old writings...
If you had his old writings, you'd be sitting under a fuckload of rubble. The ones Otto didn't save anyway. I suppose he might still have a few pages in his stores.
We'll have to hope it's enough. Do what you can to ready the ship. I'll speak with Otto.
In your condition, you really are mad.
Perhaps. But the world really won't save itself.
A Song of Hope.
Right. Gav said that Otto might know something.
New crafting recipe.
Paul said it was an army of Akashi. What will happen to me?
How are we supposed to do our duty when the hills...
Clive? But if you're here, where the hell is everyone else? They're all right. But it's a long story.
You lot don't do things by halves, do you? Well, at least everyone's still breathing. Now, as for these writings, I'm sorry to say, Clive, but if you had those...
Sitting under a pile of rubble, I know.
But We were able to save a few bits and pieces from the ruins. The more personal items we gave to the next of kin.
Then I'll check the workshop.
How may I help you today, Clive? Come to claim your just desserts?
From a lonely porter, newfound purpose. Since I can remember, I've served none but myself, turned my back on the world for a handful of silks and a heavy purse. But where has that left me? It's hard to keep joy in one's heart when all those around you are without. Something must change, and that change must start with me. No risk, no reward. Castrian and the Amber.
Here you are. Come again. I may have more for you.
Let's check this blacksmith. New recipe. Search Mid's dungeon, it says.
Which song should we listen?
Trouble with your gear, or what do you want?
What do you want? Of course I want a new sword, rune blade +2. It looks like I also want rune crescents and rune belt.
No scratches, right? Not bad, if I do say so myself. Not my best work, but it'll do. You can thank me later. It'd last you a good while. Not my best work, but it'll do.
And?
Alright, we got new stuff. We can go this way.
He's a surly soaker.
Sid! Heard you were in Canberra, fetching young Ned.
Gilbard eavesdropper.
Miss Shirley, how can we learn to be clever like Miss Midadol?
Do you think this ship will ever sail?
Ooks.
This looks like it's from Sid's old diary. But you'll already have read it. I'd better keep looking.
I know this is your hideaway, but you really shouldn't be in here. If...
What do we have here? Oh. Sid's pipes. Something tells me Mid won't be needing these. I remember seeing this doll in Sid's cellar. Huh. What's this tucked inside it?
Mid, I know you like your riddle, so I reckon you'll appreciate this one. Of all my inventions, this one's the best, and so in choosing its place of rest, I recalled your Opus daughter dearest, and now it sleeps there in the first. I'm going to have to work on that last rhyme. Good luck.
Sid's best invention. Huh. That sounds promising. So Sid hid something in Mid's first opus. What would that be? Perhaps Otto might know.
if Amber and the Lazarus are gone. Well, did you find anything?
Possibly. You wouldn't happen to know what Mid's first opus was?
Opus? That girl's as tone deaf as a banshee. Unless you mean the orchestra. She couldn't have been more than, what, 11, 12 when she cobbled that thing together? It surprised us all. Not least her dad. You should have seen how proud he was of the little scamp. What's that battered old box have to do with anything?
I think Sid may have hidden something inside it.
Wouldn't surprise me. Those two and their bloody treasure hunts. Half the things in the Hideaway were hidden one time or another.
I know where that is. Also, this music is too upbeat for the Hideaway, so we're changing that also.
Who's that?
You kids get away from that thing.
I didn't break it. Well, I didn't break.
What didn't you break?
Nothing. We didn't break nothing. But we definitely didn't break the orchestra.
What's wrong with it?
It's broken. Except when it isn't. See?
And you had nothing to do with this?
No, nothing. We just wanted to listen to all the songs at once. So we pressed all the buttons. Like this. See?
All too well. All right, out of the way. Silly cord on one of the gears.
Did you break it? Can you fix it?
No, I mean, yeah, yes. There. How about now?
You fixed it! Sid fixed it! He more than fixed it! Yeah! New music!
Huh. Never heard this one before.
They started playing when I removed this. Whatever it is.
Well, don't look at me. I can tell you it's important, though. Sid showed it to me once and said as much. Said it was the stuff dreams were made of. Let's just hope it's the stuff ships are made of as well.
Indeed. Let's see if we can make some dreams come true.
Let's fix our boat.
Just the two I was looking for.
Aye, aye. Who's a patient?
Actually, yes. The Crown Prince just left.
Dion left?
Unless you've another word for stood up and walked off. Yes, left. He did have the decency to leave a message with Obelisk before commandeering one of his dinghies. Should we go after him?
No, we're not the Prince's keepers. He's free to do as he sees fit.
I'd rather he did so in bed. His wounds are nowhere near healed, much like yours, I suspect. Otto told me what happened in Canver.
Ask me when I get back, though I may be sometime.
Then at least try to stay safe.
Never.
And if that fails, try to stay alive, eh?
Every moment I waste here, the further the flagship sails. I have to get back.
But now there's quests. You know how I feel about quests. And we just got a new sword and new belt and new gloves. Bounty board is filled to the brim, I'm sure. 7 available. Atlas beat us up last time. There's a 30k now. Vengeance upon Sid the Outlaw for destroying that which they hold most dear.
She can't kick this. Glory to Griga. There you are.
What's happened?
Tyre's busy working herself into an early grave. I've tried offering to see to him in her stead, but she won't hear of it. Clive, she hasn't left the infirmary in days. Will you talk to her? Order her to her chambers if that's what it takes.
I know better than to order Tyre to do anything, but I'll speak to her.
Oh, thank you. I pray you have better luck than I did.
She's working too hard.
Well, Tyre, Rodriguez worried about you. We all admire your dedication.
I will, when it's time. Until then, I'm staying put. We owe him that much.
Who is he?
Someone from my past. Someone who doesn't deserve to die alone. It won't be much longer. The crystal's curse has almost finished its work. If I had the tears, I could ease his passing. But without them, we've nothing that will touch the agony of those last few hours.
How would tears help this man?
Not my tears. Tears of mercy. Alicia.
You wouldn't, Tyre. Surely. There must be something we can do for him.
Sometimes an easy death is the greatest kindness we can offer. You do well to remember that, Rodriguez.
I will. We have all the ingredients we need for Alicia Balwam. It needs to be fresh, though, so we rarely have much to hand. I can make the draft if you can bring me what we're missing.
Just tell me what you need.
There is a species of venom-weeping spider that bring me one of their eyes. Preserve it as best you can, but I'll make sure the other ingredients are ready before you return.
Spider eyes, got it. Should have said
Thank
so
you,
from the
Clive.
start.
I won't forget this.
All right, Clive. Blackthorn told me you helped him out again. Speaking of which, I'm actually a bit
worried about him. And you want my advice?
afraid so. It's a bit of a funny one, this, but I saved this posh knob while I was out on a mission, and he gave me this flashy ring to say thank you. So, obviously, I show it to Blackthorn, thinking he'll be impressed, only for him to go white as a sheet and quiet as a curl instead. Try as I might, I can't for the life of me work out what could have got him upset like that. And seeing as how Blackthorn opens up when you're around, I thought maybe
I'd speak to him again. Well, I suppose there's no point leaving him to stew.
Cheers, Clive.
I'll be sure to pay him a visit as soon as I have a moment.
All right, I'll meet you by the forge then.
Blacksmith's Blues 3. Man, just get over it. Little crybaby blacksmith.
Cole said it was an army of Akashi. What will happen to me and the others?
Bloody hell, Clive. Not this again. Ain't you got better things to do with your time?
That remains to be seen. August tells me he showed you a ring, and that the sight of it clearly upset you.
Come on, mate. Bottling it up ain't gonna help no one. If it weren't the ring, and it was something I said, then I'm sorry.
It was the ring, right? It brought back some unhappy memories, that's all. Memories better left forgotten.
Memories of what?
There are things we'd all rather leave behind, Blackthorn.
And sometimes it doesn't. Is that so hard to understand?
Don't be like that.
Fine. If it'll get you off my back. That ring you flashed was the work of Zoltan.
Hail, Zoltan.
We apprenticed together. Back in the day.
You've never mentioned him before.
Why would I? Ain't seen him in decades, and the last time I did, we almost came to blows. The ring brought it all back. I could tell it was one of his the moment I saw it. Bastard's improved, though. More than I thought possible.
So it was a nice ring. Worth a few gil, maybe. What's it matter to you?
It matters because engraving metal's a nightmare, and I've got no bloody idea how he managed it. The fact is, I couldn't make anything even half that detailed.
So what? You're an armorer, not a jeweler.
I'm the Hideaway's master craftsman. I'm not stealing a living at some backwater village fool. My armor keeps you lot safe, and my swords keep you dangerous. As far as I'm concerned, every swing of my hammer's another blow struck in the name of our cause. So I put my heart and soul into my work, because the curse breakers deserve better than second best, and I refuse to be shown up by the likes of Zoltan.
Very well. Why don't we go and pay him a visit? Learn his secret.
I doubt he'd be too happy to see me.
Then just this once. Make peace with being second best. Swallow your pride. And focus all your energies on the task at hand, keeping the curse breakers armed and armored. Provided you can do that, you'll hear no complaints from me. But if you can't, and it's going to distract you, we need to do something about it.
What'd you say, Blackthorn? You know he's right, and it's not like you'll be going alone.
All right.
Magic. So, where do you reckon old what's-his-name is then? Zoltan, wasn't it?
In Dravozd, my old village. He won't have left. He's the chief.
Dravozd, eh? That rings a bell. Not far from Tabor, right? Just north of the fields of Carava. Got that, Clive? Meet us at Dravozd as soon as you can, yeah? And I'll make sure Blackthorn don't get cold feet.
Good luck with that. I'll see you there.
That's far away. More quests and a new story point. Lost Wing is something new. This is where the spider eye would be.
Rodrigo could have mentioned his spiders were the size of curls.
So we have 8,000 ability points.
Hopefully one will be enough. Rodrigo will have prepared the other ingredients by...
Thank goodness you're back.
Is this what you needed?
I only brought one. Probably should have got more.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Clive. I'm loath to give a patient Alicia, but Taya's right. Sometimes it's all we can do. A single dose dulls even the most agonizing pain, and all other sensation with it. It may be a gentle way to die, but it is death. I wish there was another way.
How are you feeling?
Light. Mid-here. Drifting on waves.
Good. Just relax. Let the waves carry you to...
Thank you, Taya. I'm so proud of you.
Okay. Now we make for Dravost, but we got a reward.
How may I help you today, Clive?
From the Chapman, a gift. Enclosed you'll find an item of high and strange order, one for which I require neither thanks nor recompense. Consider a reminder of where loyalties are best placed. Talisman of
All
Priming.
yours. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Increases Lionheart tonic duration by 30 seconds. Limit break potion. Now we're gonna save. I'm gonna get some water. The infirmary has another new quest right away. Okay.
Clive, I wanted to give you something for the kindness you showed my mentor.
What's this?
A chest of all the medicines you're ever likely to need. Seeing as you're so reluctant to come to the infirmary.
I'm sure it will be very helpful indeed, and Tyre. Try not to work too hard.
And work Rodrigue all the harder, you mean? He's a quick study. But he's got a long way to go yet. I'll take that particular piece of advice when you heed it yourself, thank you very much. Besides, who else is going to see that your brother takes his medicine?
Who indeed?
What upgrade did I get? Medicine chest? What is that? Displayed in Clive's chambers. Oh, okay. New feature at the backyard.
If Amber and the Lazarus are gone, then
Miss Shirley, how can we learn to be clever like Miss Middledole?
You can start by paying attention to...
Sid! Heard you were in Canva fetching young Ned.
That's none of your business, Gilbard eavesdropper. You run all this way? Jesus.
Sid, do you recall the flowers I had you bring back to the yard?
Vaguely. Is something wrong?
I'm afraid so. I was able to get most of the Morganbeards to take root, but they rarely flower. I fear the soil here does not agree with them. However, I believe I have a solution.
I can't wait to hear it.
I'm going to marry the Morganbeards with Morbles. I know, but hear me out. Morbles are possessed of a highly choleric temperament. The fire which drives them appears to be maintained by an abundance of nutrient-rich ether. I believe that by grafting a Morble vine to a Morganbeard, the appendage's wealth of vigor-inducing nutrients might well stimulate the flower to bloom. The endeavor, I assure you, is scientifically sound.
And all you need is a single vine from an ordinary Morble.
That is correct. A single vine. As for the Morble, I fear ordinary may not suffice. But, as luck would have it, why, a notice concerning this very creature was only recently posted on the hunt board.
How timely.
Well, I shan't keep you any longer. I know you have much to do, as do I. Now, where did I put my watering can?
Please, sir, can I have some Morble? Oliver Twist reference. Use the hunt board. Oh my gosh. Run 10,000 more miles. Morbles. Carrot. If you should come across a red carrot protruding from the marshes, 3 roads. Do not attempt to pull it away from the swampy soil. Oh my. The Whispering Waters. 3 roads. Oh, 3 reeds, excuse me. The Whispering Waters. That's our place. 3 reeds, not 3 roads.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Okay. I'll leave you to look at the lovely Clyde and Ambrosia for just a moment while I refill my water. And stretch. We're back. Oh, don't freak out.
Be safe.
He's beautiful.
Just any more work on this. All right then. Slow.
Breath.
anything but ordinary.
Sid, I can't help but notice that your satchel is twitching in a most violent manner.
Enjoy.
Yeah. It's your problem now.
What an amazing specimen. The flesh positively throbs with vitality. If I can successfully graft this to the Morganbeards... when I successfully graft this to the Morganbeards, I suspect the results will be immediate. I shall begin at once.
Looks good.
It is just as I hoped. Witness how the Morganbeards have taken to the blighted soil. How they bloom with heretofore unseen vigor. Why, I dare say such a vine graft would yield similar results when applied to other specimens as well.
I'm glad I could be of assistance.
You've not only helped us, Sid, you've saved us. Do you recall the extract with which I provided you before? I took a moment to distill some more, but this time with the petals from the invigorated Morganbeards. And would you believe? Its potency has nearly doubled. You must accept this vial as thanks for your assistance. The rest, I shall give to Taya.
Are my potions even better now? Further increasing consumable potency. Heck yeah. Consumable potency maximized. Glad I did that. Head for that place. Okay. I think I can do that.
The free cities and...
Just turn here.
Ready, go?
I'm 6 levels higher. It's 20% higher.
Surrounded. Let's go.
Does that look like it might be a bounty out there? That big cat.
This one.
Excuse me, sir, are you a bounty? you just... Oh, okay, you're not a bounty. Got it. I leave you alone. Travaged.
Kicked out already?
No. This charmer ain't letting anyone through.
Why are the gates closed?
Chief's orders. No one's allowed in without his say-so. Not that I'd have let you in anyway. I suggest you go home.
That's what I'm trying to do, you little prick. Ain't changed a bit, have you, Snotty?
No. It isn't. Blackthorn.
Long time no see, eh?
What the hell are you doing here?
Well, it was meant to be a surprise, but since you asked so nicely, I'm here to see Zoltan, you fucking numbskull. Now let us through.
All right, just... don't go starting anything.
You know I will.
I promise I won't throw the first punch. That good enough for you?
Go on then.
Much obliged.
I might even kill him. Might kill him twice. Might kill his whole family. Might burn this village down. Might become Ifrit and cause a crater to be where this place used to be.
So this is Travage. Not much going on, is there?
It's a smithing town. When I was a lad, you'd have to shout to be heard over the sound of hammer on anvil. Clive, you're good with people. You speak to Zoltan.
Hey, you ain't backing out now, are you?
There's a river of bad blood between me and the chief. But if someone can build me a bridge, then I'll cross it.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
I appreciate it. It'll be near the forge on the hill. It was our master's. He'd have inherited it when I left.
Forge on the hill.
Good luck.
But if we can't fire the forges, how are we going to earn our keep?
Here we are.
Hotter.
Zoltan.
Hotter, damn it! Those miserable flames wouldn't melt butter, let alone iron.
Pardon the intrusion. I'm looking for the chief.
That'd be me.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'll bet it is. Keep the gates closed, I tell him. Well done, Snotty. You're not welcome here. Get out. Before things turn nasty.
Blackthorn's here.
What did you say?
He's traveled a long way to see you.
Yes, has he?
He's waiting. Down by the gates.
Then I suggest you take him with you when you leave.
Didn't you apprentice together?
So what if we did?
Fuck! We're getting nowhere. These bearers' flames are next to bloody useless.
We're never going to be able to fire up the forges unless we can find some new crystals.
I'm a busy man, as you can see, so do me a favor and piss off. Oh, and if you're struggling to find your way out, ask Blackthorn. That prick knows exactly where the exit is. He's not wanted here. And neither are you.
All right. I'm going.
That guy sucks. Let's just leave.
Please, Chief, you've got to do something.
Mama, why hasn't Papa come back yet?
Let me guess. Zoltan told you to piss off.
As a personal favor to him, yes.
Well, at least he didn't beat about the bush.
There'll be no talking him round. Not after what I did.
Which is what exactly? If we're to help, we need to know what turned the village against you.
I left. Travaged. Zoltan. There are two kinds of smiths in this world, you see. My kind, who are in it for the love of the craft, who labour on a single piece from dawn to dusk to get it just right. And the other kind, who are in it for different reasons. People like Zoltan, whose work is quick and cheap. The kind of smiths who shit out a few hundred blades, reap the profit, and divvy it out among themselves. There wasn't a single day we weren't at each other's throats, and bit by bit, people started taking sides. You would have torn Dravost in half had it gone on. So, I left.
You didn't have to do that.
Zoltan's a better chief than I would have been. His way of doing things kept food on people's tables. Dravost prospered without me and my lofty ideals getting in the road. Until the crystals run out at any rate. Without magic to fire the furnaces, this place is as good as dead.
It depends on how you look at it, though. There's got to be other ways of making fire. We manage it in the Deadlands.
Thanks to Sid's ingenuity, yeah. He saw all of this coming. Knew crystals were the problem, not the solution. And spent years coming up with ways of doing without.
You know what I mean, though, right? Where there's a will, there's a way. What I'm trying to say is that it's not your fault. You couldn't have predicted this.
It doesn't matter whose fault it is. I don't want to be the greatest smith alive just because I happen to be the last. Clive, Dravost won't last long without his furnaces, so... Do you think it's time we shared Sid's bellows with the world? The way I see it. It's your decision to make.
Hold on, Blackthorn. Sid made those things for us. They give us an edge over the rest. And you'd be throwing it away.
All right. Do it. This place was your home. I won't abandon it to its fate. Sid's creations were never meant to be hoarded. It was only ever a matter of time before we shared them. Let this be another step on the road to freeing Valisthea from the prison of the Crystal's blessing.
Yeah.
Dravost will show the world that it's possible. Wouldn't you agree, August?
When you put it that way, of course. It's like hearing Sid speak from beyond the grave.
Thank you, Clive.
Shall I go and fetch the plans, then?
I know I'm off by heart. I'll be needing some help, though. Building a furnace isn't exactly a one-man job. Do us a favor and round up anyone strong enough to lug a brick or two, would you, August?
All right, then.
And I've got a job for you too, Clive. Finding me some salamander skin. I need leather for the bellows and nothing else will withstand the heat. Luckily for us, salamanders feed out in the fields of Carava.
Time for a spot of hunting, then.
And that's just outside.
Let's go.
I'll kill it the same way I've killed every mob in the game. What is that freak? Don't look at me.
Let's make this quick, shall we?
Welcome back. Too slow.
No variety at all. Got
I dare say that will be enough for a decent set of bellows.
You're gonna make me port back?
What's this all about then?
Dunno.
Any trouble finding the skin?
Nothing I couldn't handle.
Here you go.
There should be plenty. Right then. Time to put these louds to work. If everyone pulls their weight, we'll be finished in no time.
More hands make less work.
Well, I'll be damned. I honestly didn't think it'd work. But it's hot enough, all right. And without a single crystal in sight.
You know what this means, don't you?
I do, yeah. Dravost is saved.
Sorry about earlier. I take back everything I said. That thing you built us is an honest-to-God's marvel. You saved our village.
It's Blackthorn you should be thanking. He oversaw the construction.
Give this to him, would you?
What is it?
Pit coal cinders. After he left, I spent years trying to eke the most out of our forges. That there was my answer. Chuck it in the fire, and your forge will burn hotter for longer. Our secret for yours. Only fair. I've always envied Blackthorn. Since the day I became chief, I spent every spare moment trying to match up to the bastard. No amount of sleepless nights at the anvil will ever bridge that gap, though. But he took all his talent and left. Is it any wonder I hate his guts?
The cinders would mean more coming from you.
I need to forgive him first. And that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I bet they would. Too damn bad.
You know what they say? Oriflamme weren't built in a day and all that. These things take time. Especially when they involve two geezers who hold grudges tighter than their hammers. But what matters is, Blackthorn's got that twinkle back in his eye. And I'd call that a job well done.
So would I.
I reckon he's going to be at it a while yet, though, so why don't you head off without us? I'll see that the old git gets home safe and sound.
See that you both do. I'll save the cinders till then.
All right. It'll be a nice little surprise for him.
Hooray! Teleport.
Gentlemen, I see you both made it home in one piece.
Yeah, well, we didn't want to outstay our welcome. The whole village turned out for a go on the bellows after you left. Everyone except Zoltan has. Didn't see hide nor hair of him.
Oh, but that reminds me. I have something for you.
Pit coal cinder.
Pit coal cinder? How'd you come by this? And you're sure he wanted me to have it?
I'm sure. He didn't say so, but I think he wants to forgive you.
Imagine that. Yeah. You know I could never leave this place, don't you? Every time you put on mail, you and the curse breakers are trusting me with your lives. There's no greater honor for a smith than that. I'm not about to go crawling back to Zoltan for forgiveness, but I will make good use of his cinder. And if that helps save even a single life, then he'll have my gratitude. What was it you said he called me? Huh? A genius? And he spent sleepless night trying to copy me, did he? Sounds like I better get to work. I've got a reputation to uphold.
It's good to see you back on form, Blackthorn.
I don't know how you pair put up with me sometimes, but I'm grateful all the same. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, about to put Zoltan back in his place.
Ain't got the art to tell him how similar they are. Stubborn bastards.
A little healthy competition should be good for him.
You're not wrong. Still, it's a shame him and Zoltan couldn't let bygones be bygones. No use grumbling about it now, though. Blackthorn's happy. Or as near to happy as he gets. And that's good enough for me.
Hooray. Ouroboros design draft. Diagram detailing steps to craft a belt to end all belts. Well, obviously I want to craft the belt to end all
What do I owe
belts.
the honor? the Sancthornian, do you?
Stone Tongue, Comet Feather, and Orichalcum. So shall the end feed a new beginning. The Devourer of Worlds, your search for the perfect wastewear is over. Well, let's just see where we find such a thing. Ouroboros. Stone Tongue is from Agni. Where are you, Agni? The Kingdom of Waloed, near the edge of infinity. And Halfcomb?
Don't waste my time. You ain't got the stuff.
Have I been there? Waloed is over here, isn't it? I don't think we can get there yet. Well, then let's not even worry about it. Okay. I think we're going to call it a stream here, actually, because I've got a delivery that will show up any moment, and then I'm going to have some food. So thank you very much for watching. This was part 11 of our first ever playthrough of Final Fantasy XVI. If you're interested in the previous parts, do go check out the playlist on Ask Joshi. I've been labeling all the sections from boss fights and missions and stuff like that. So thanks for watching, and have a great day or night until I see you again for part 12. Bye!